Coming up on The Cut, showdown. A judge in Pinal County lifts an injunction that allows for abortions to be banned. The status for the future of abortions is now in jeopardy. We have the latest.
Plus, housing prices in Phoenix are at record levels. We have the latest on places that are trending up and places that are cooling off.
And the biggest night in music and the biggest night in sports at once. The Super Bowl is back, and they released who will be performing at the Super Bowl halftime show in Arizona. The Cut starts now. Hello, and welcome to the Cut Network. I'm Donovan Growney.
And I'm Emily Fox-Millian. Thank you for joining us. On Tuesday, the Senate voted to advance a bill to keep the government funded until December 16th. The vote was 72 to 23 to fund the bill. The bill provides money to keep the government agencies open. It gives $12 billion to Ukraine and would make changes within the FDA. The bill faced a hurdle when West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin dropped a controversial energy bill. This announcement comes within 6 weeks of the midterm elections. It still has to pass the House before the bill is officially approved. The government was set to shut down on Friday at midnight. Hurricane Ian made landfall in Florida just after 3 p.m. local time on Wednesday. The Category 4 storm is on the verge of being declared a Category 5 storm. On Wednesday, winds measured as high as 155 miles per hour. The storm is affecting the entire peninsula of Florida, primarily areas of Tampa, Fort Myers, and the Sanibel Islands. The storm made landfall on Wednesday. This is a video of some of the damage. Experts are predicting between 12 and 16 feet of flooding in the worst hit parts.
Giorgia Meloni, leader of the Brothers of Italy party, won the election on Sunday, September 25th. That puts her as the first female prime minister of Italy. She won with about 26% of the vote, the most out of any single party. Many people are worried as Meloni's party is the most far-right government in office since Benito Mussolini during the World War II era. Some Italians are worried because she is openly anti-LGBT and against abortion. Meloni shared some words Monday morning to address the people of Italy, saying, "Italians chose us and we will not betray it, as we never have."
It was straight out of a movie. On Monday, NASA successfully completed its mission of slamming a spaceship into an asteroid. The double asteroid redirection test was designed to throw off any asteroid if it was bound to Earth. This is a video of the team celebrating the launch and photos transmitted back to NASA from the spaceship. The rocket was launched 10 months ago in order to do this. The comets that were hit were discovered by a U of A telescope in 1996. Scientists are cautioning excitement. They say they will not know for 2 months if the asteroid was actually redirected.
Late last week, a Pima County judge ruled to lift an injunction which will set the pathway to block the ban of abortion in Arizona. Cut reporter Larissa May is here with the latest on the battle.
Thank you, Donovan and Emily. In the wake of the Supreme Court's overturn of Roe v. Wade this past June, state courts have been working to make their abortion policies clear. A judge at Arizona's Pima Court has ruled in favor of a near-total abortion ban for the state. This ban, which originates from a law passed in 1864, provides no exception for rape or incest. This ruling has incited action from pro-choice advocates. Protests have been happening around the state, including at the Arizona State Capitol. Here in Phoenix, Arizona Planned Parenthood has announced that it has plans to appeal the ruling. The organization has released a statement saying the archaic law would send Arizonans back 150 years. Pro-life supporters have been noted for celebrating the ruling, believing that this is a step in the right direction for Arizona politics. No matter your position on the issue, this will certainly be a topic of debate as we head into midterm election season. I'm Larissa May for the Cut Network.
Thanks, Larissa.
A new study is revealing what many in Arizona know to be true. This is the worst drought in a long time. For more on Arizona's historic dry weather, here is Cut reporter Zach Bradshaw.
Thank you, Donovan and Emily. The Colorado River, it's facing its worst drought in over 1,200 years, NPR reported on Thursday. After a winter season that massively underperformed in delivering snowfall, the Colorado River, that supplies over 40 million Americans with water, is facing more downward trends in water levels. Lake Mead, which is the city of Las Vegas's main water supply, currently rests at about 1,045 feet of depth at the Hoover Dam, which is a drop of over 40 feet from where the waterline measured in 2020. That means the lake is at just 28% capacity. At the Glen Canyon Dam in Lake Powell, which is the main water supply for many farms across Arizona and California, water level rests at just 3,525 feet, over 170 feet below full capacity. Lake Powell sits at just 24% capacity. The Colorado River crisis is now dubbed a mega drought by many officials, including Tucson City Councilman Steve Kozachik, who said the climate we are living in is now just a reality. Kozachik even predicts that in 3 to 5 years from today, the essential water source will dwindle down to a dry riverbed. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Zach.
A protest over a controversial body of police entered its 14th day in Iran on Wednesday. The protest is because of a woman killed by the Islamic Republic's morality police. 22-year-old Masha Amini died on September 16th in a hospital after she was taken away for not wearing a hijab. Protests have erupted in more than 40 cities, according to state-based media. This is a video from one city in a northern province in Iran. Most of the protests are over the state's decision to use re-education centers when a person violates the state's morals. The centers opened in 2019 to many protests. The United States and Canada have already placed sanctions on Iran. Phoenix housing is always a big concern. As the 5th largest city in the U.S., homes are at a premium. For more on this is Cut reporter Miley Kakal.
Thanks, Donovan and Emily. If you are looking for affordable housing, Phoenix might not be your best bet. The average starting price to rent a home or apartment in Metro Phoenix is about $1,590. For low-income citizens seeking a housing voucher, it is an even worse situation. Housing vouchers are qualified to individuals who make less than $30,950, and to families of 4 with an income less than $44,150. According to the latest annual survey from the nonprofit National Low Income Housing Coalition, only 20 rentals are available for every 100 low-income renters. After being put on a wait list with over 10,000 applicants, most citizens also face discrimination from the landlords who do not accept the vouchers. An ongoing problem for years, and as of now, only 5% of housing vouchers are given out due to most qualifiers reaching its expiration date, after not being able to find a home that accepts it. I also did a survey on a few downtown ASU students asking if they could afford the average rental price when seeking to move out of the dorms, and 52.2% answered no. They also answered that they will probably move closer to Tempe for a more reasonable price or to be closer to the main campus. Although prices in Tempe also have been on the rise and is starting to match Phoenix price with an average of $1,400. Getting roommates may be something to highly consider when living out in Arizona. For The Cut, I'm Miley Kakal. Back to you at the table.
Thanks, Miley.
You may have seen it on Instagram, Twitter, or anywhere else on the internet. Maroon 5 singer Adam Levine is going viral over DMs he sent on Instagram. For more on this story, here's Cut reporter Riley Pittman.
Thank you, Donovan and Emily. Adam Levine's career is in extreme turmoil after surprising DMs between himself and Instagram model Sumner Stroh were uncovered. Stroh exposed that she and Levine had a year-long affair a while back. The specific dates are unclear. Levine, who has been married to Victoria's Secret model Behati Prinsloo since 2014, denies these rumors. However, Stroh posted screenshots of her DMs with Levine, where she sent an image of herself, to which Levine replied, quote, "Your body is absurd." Levine and Prinsloo have 2 children together and are expecting a third in the approaching months. It only gets worse for the Maroon 5 singer, as he recently reached out to Stroh after they apparently did not speak for months. In his message, Levine asks her permission to name his expected child after her. This shocked Stroh and it motivated her to finally come forth about the affair. Stroh did so by posting a TikTok where she said she feels, quote, exploited by Levine. The singer finally broke his silence on the matter after posting an apology on his Instagram story in which he said, quote, "We will get through this together." Many celebrities, including Chriselle Strauss, did not like Levine's approach to the apology, feeling that he tried to take the attention off of himself and spoke on behalf of Prinsloo. It is still unclear how Prinsloo has reacted to all of this, but with her being pregnant with Levine's 3rd baby, the whole situation must be especially chaotic and heartbreaking for her. For the Cut Network,
Thanks, Riley.
In past years, comedy specials on Netflix have given comedians an opportunity to share their talents with a larger audience. However, according to the Wall Street Journal, Netflix is licensing new comedy specials for 2 years and paying the comedians about $200,000, when in the past, some comedians have received payments that were sometimes as large as $1 million. The loss of this payment puts more financial strain on the comedians to come up with funds to cover the production costs of their specials. While the licensing deal places a new financial burden on comedians, they will gain full control of their content, which means they can use their material for promotion of their work.
The Harry Styles and Chris Pine press tour captivated the nation. Now the movie is being released. Don't Worry Darling had its first week in theaters over the weekend. With more on this story is Cut reporter Zoe Goslin.
Thank you, Donovan and Emily. Although Don't Worry Darling received some press about drama on set and low-ranked reviews, director Olivia Wilde did not need to worry because the psychological thriller ranked #1 in the box office for its debut weekend. The film, starring Florence Pugh and Harry Styles, is about a 1950s housewife, Alice, living with her husband, Jack, in a utopian society called the Victory Project. But this perfect society seems a little too perfect to be real, making Alice question what exactly is the Victory Project. The movie opened well, making $19.2 million at the domestic box office and $30 million worldwide. Don't Worry Darling is ahead of The Woman King, which made $19.5 million in the domestic box office for its opening weekend. This was the biggest weekend in over a month for the box and is the first time since July that there has been 3 movies making over $10 million. For The Cut, I'm Zoe Goslin.
Thanks, Zoe. They're calling it Fried Fun on a Stick. The Arizona State Fair is back. The more than a century-year-old tradition kicked off last week at the Arizona State Fair and Coliseum. It will feature a Ferris wheel, 2 haunted houses, and several kid-friendly rides. Also present this year are Cinnamon Toast Crunch churros and hot Cheeto chicken burgers. The fair is open from noon to 11 p.m. on Thursdays through Sundays until October 30th. Tickets cost $15 for those 8 and up.
Thanks so much for joining us this week. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at The Cut Network.
And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Take care, everyone.